So we're back with another episode of Walkin Talkin with Tim. And my guest today is Dan Morroni of Morroni Custom Clothing of Mullica Hill, right?
You got it. Very good.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get that on the first try.
Nah, it's a tongue it's a tongue
It's a
twister.
tongue
they call
twister.
it.
So Dan is, he makes custom clothing for men and women.
Correct.
For all occasions, right?
Yep. All occasions.
So, obviously, apparently, as you can see, I need some clothes. Look at this guy.
We're gonna work on that.
He's ready to go to a Christmas party.
You got me going for a walk, and I'm ready to dress up.
That's all good though. So you should be though. You're showing off your wares, right?
Exactly. Best advertising.
Exactly right. So you're in Mullica Hill, right on Main Street, right?
Right off of Main Street. I'm right technically. Well, you've been there. So
I've been there, but you explain it because I haven't been there
if you're
once.
going down Main Street, there's a women's boutique called The Dressing Room, which has a side driveway which you would turn into, and in my building, which is freestanding, is right behind them.
Right.
So I say I'm on Main Street, but when I tell people that, they can't find me.
Right.
So I have to give them a little description before they show
And
up.
you're behind there. And
I'm behind
I've
right?
been there, and it's actually really cool.
It's a great
place.
little. I guess you would just
It's almost like a nook, right?
It is a nook. Yes, it is a nook.
It's like a little chalet out back, and it's kind of cool.
The building was designed by my landlord Yanni, who is
I've met.
Who is an awesome dude, and
While you were fishing, I met.
Oh, that's right. I was fishing, and you were texting me, and so he had such vision for how it was going to look, because the building itself was rotted out, falling down. It was pretty beat up, and
Happens.
since he's an architect and a good one, he showed me the plans, and I was like, I'm in. So they built it, and I showed up.
So the first cool thing I wanted to talk about was you make clothes for a lot of really cool people, right?
Over 30 years, I have had some interesting cats at my house.
You made a lot of clothes for a lot of local athletes, right?
Correct. Yes.
Such as.
I would say what was really cool, and it was nice, and I did make clothes for his entire family for the wedding, was Mike Trout and his brother
Oh yeah.
Tyler. I've made suits
they're
for Tyler's
local.
wedding, right? And got the whole family. Really cool. That was great. I mean, the best baseball player in the world. But
I've seen Eagles.
Eagles, yep.
You got
Eagles.
Flyers. You've had everybody over there.
I would say every sport. I have not done anybody from soccer yet. No pro soccer players, but we can work on that.
You get a lot of women too, right?
I do make suits for a lot of women, primarily the LGBT community. And since, same-sex marriages have taken hold years ago, it's been an explosion, and I really got into that niche, I would say, probably about 16, 18 years ago, and it has taken off since then. And I would say, primarily, it represents about 20% of our gross revenue now. And I love the women.
Great.
Are great. I love working with them. They love coming. They refer hundreds. I've never advertised, by the way.
Right. That's cool.
Never,
too.
other than Facebook and things like that, I have not.
Well, everybody seems to know you.
Yeah, word of mouth is
you
the way you
mentioned
want to
Dan
go.
Morroni, and everyone knows who you are.
Well, it's like Cheers,
You're like Norm, right?
Like Norm, right?
It's
I always
Dan.
joke about that. So, hey, that's how we do it. I mean, and you get a better client that way, versus just advertising to the masses.
Well, you got a relationship.
It's all about relationship.
Before they ever walk through the door,
Yep,
you already have a connection.
I do, and I do a little, I try to do a little research on everybody before they come in, just to kind of get a little idea on what they like, what they don't like. This way, I can kind of, navigate them through the
murky waters
of fabrics, which there's a lot. That's one thing I have.
I'm sure that
thousands.
takes forever, right?
Well, it could, and
Measuring them up takes a few minutes, and then
that takes me-
picking up the fabric probably takes forever.
well, interesting
That's the
enough,
whole-
fabric sometimes, not as much. What takes a long time is picking at the lining. You would think,
I've seen them.
yeah, and they're unique.
I've seen Jack Kennedy's recently. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, which one? The
I forget. It was the Blue Suit. He's
Oh,
wearing.
we did the Kennedy Investments, I think, in that one. Yeah. Jack's a big time. I've known Jack for, God, 20 years.
Yeah, me too.
Great guy. And a lot of my clients have been with me for 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting older.
He's
So-
going to be on, by the way, coming up soon too.
Who's that, Jack?
Jack Kennedy,
Oh,
yeah.
I can't wait to see
And
that.
by the way, for all of our viewers here, this is the first cold walk
Yes.
ever.
Thank you.
Ever. So poor Dan's.
I'm layered up.
He's layered up pretty good, and as you can see, I layered up before I came out because
Yeah.
you know it's only like what 40-some degrees right
That's
now.
all right. You know, it keeps the walk brisk.
Blood's
and
flowing.
Blood's flowing.
Woo!
I'm okay with that.
All right, so we're gonna do a quick UB. Ready?
All right.
Go
I'll
this
follow
way.
you.
We're going this way.
There we go.
This is always a fun thing to try and do, right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Man,
Professionals,
you-
man.
You've done this a couple
I've
times.
done this a few times. So Dan is a big fan. I see it. Dan is a huge fan of fishing.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? So I asked Dan what he did for fun, and he told me fishing. So where do you go to fish? Where's your favorite place?
Well, you know, I don't have one favorite place. I kind of like to go everywhere. I do freshwater, and as well as I do out in the ocean, the bays, which we just did recently. But I have a little 10-foot bass boat. It's great. I could trailer it myself. I could load. I could put it in the water. I could do everything myself. So I want to get something that's easy to do.
You're like Jerry Seinfeld with his Boston Whaler.
It's smaller than that. Well, my family and my friends were joking. They calling it a canoe, but it's a little bigger than a canoe. But I can put 2 people on it, and it does catch fish, by the way. It doesn't matter how big the boat is, right?
That's right.
So
That's how big the fish is, right?
I also like going striper fishing, which we started. I never caught one, so I went out a week ago with a buddy of mine, and we went out out right off the coast outside of New York, and caught one for the first time. It was really nice. And of course, you know, we posted on Facebook, and my mother, who is 83, sees it and says, "Are you bringing me some?" And I'm like, "I gotta split this fish up 3 ways, and I'm gonna get a little
You're like,
bit."
of course I am.
Well,
Mom.
guess what? I never tasted it. Folded it up. I brought it up to her. I gave her a slab of a big fillet down and said, "Enjoy it." So I have not even eaten one yet.
Crazy.
So-
And one thing I thought was interesting also about you is that I would have thought you're this like world traveling kind of guy, like with what you do and everybody you know, and you know, you're and just
I'm
in
a
your industry
homebody.
and your business. And this guy is a homebody.
Yeah,
Tell him what your favorite thing to do is.
I love coming home at night when it's dark out and laying on the sofa or the floor with the dogs next to me, and
Yeah.
the fireplace could be going, and I love doing that. Now, years ago, I was out 2-3 nights a week, having fun down in Philly. I would get in at 2-3 in the morning, so I have matured.
Go to dinner.
I've matured now.
Hit the club, have a few drinks.
Oh God, yeah. Now I enjoy going out to the dinner and
Then
then
you go
coming home.
to Botto's around town, right?
Yeah,
Go to
love
the local
Botto's.
places.
Yep. Botto's is great. Used to hang out there. Now, if I'm gonna hang out, that's where I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoy being home now. We are now.
I'm
We
a big
have.
fan myself.
Yeah, we have discussed now. Since I'm self-employed, I hated going away, and because then when I come back, I'm just have to catch up.
Yep.
But I'm at a point in my life now where I don't have to really worry about that. So we are going to start traveling. We're going to start going away this winter. We're kind of looking at a few places to do. So I wanted to start doing that. And we love the shore. We go down there a lot. So we stay in Avalon at the Icona 4 or 5 times a summer. So we do a little bit of that. But I don't like getting on planes.
I don't either.
I hate the whole process.
You gotta fly first class, and well, you can get on last and get
Yeah.
off first.
We fly no class, so we're in the back.
But that's how you do it, though. If you really don't want to be on a plane,
Yeah, I know.
you gotta pay the money, right?
Well, we don't. So
Pay the piper.
yeah, pretty much. So I like being home, but we're getting out a lot now.
So, how do people get a hold of you to buy clothes and whatnot?
Well, I go by appointment, and one of the reasons why is just so everybody has their, dedicated time. But call me at 610-368-5553. That's my cell number. Always with me. That's how I schedule appointments. You can go on my website, which is Morroni, Morroni, Custom, CUSTOM.com. and you could schedule an appointment on my website.
And you're all over social media too, right?
All over Facebook, Instagram. I'm not really Twitter. I do have a Twitter handle. I don't do a lot of it.
That's for the movie stars and politicians.
You pretty much, and I'm neither. And I'm neither. Try to be one, but
Yeah, right.
I've been in movies, so
We're working on it right now.
yeah, absolutely. So this is the first start. This is my audition,
There you go.
but it's the easiest way to get a hold of me.
All right. Well, listen, thanks for being on.
I loved it.
And all you guys that are watching, thanks for watching. Keep on moving, keep on walking. And I will see you next time on Walking and Talking with Tim.
Timbo.